Hello my magical light beings, and welcome all to this video today. My name is Shalita. Welcome to this channel. This channel is all about magical consciousness, and in today's video, as the title is saying, I'm going to be talking about self-love, and I'm just going to share some of my personal experience with learning to love myself, and I will be using the 5 love languages to explain this to you all. So for me personally, when I saw the first time, maybe it was not the first time, but when I really started to look into healing and self-love and all of that, I saw these quotes that were saying, you know, that you had to focus on self-love. But in that moment, I was so far away from self-love that, you know, to then go to self-love and to hear love, maybe you can relate with that, you know, love sounds very big, but right now, of course, I see it in a different light. But in that moment, I was like, loving myself? What are you talking about? You were saying that I have to love myself. Yeah, that's the point here. I am not loving myself. How can I go to, you know, self-love, to loving myself? And then last week, I actually came to this. It's really about being nice towards yourself. So you really start off with just saying nice things, just doing nice things for yourself and all of this. And then I thought about myself as I was doing research to the love languages. Love language, you know, we think that has to do with someone else, that if you're in a relationship, you have a certain love language, you know, your person or you are specifically communicating in a certain way, or how you like to receive love, or how you really you know, feel like you're being loved. And then I was like, but for us to be in a relationship, a healthy relationship of love, we have to love ourselves first, as the love languages we do use for ourselves as well. And I saw for myself in my day-to-day where I was using all the love languages to love myself, and to learn to love myself, and to be nice towards myself. So learning to love yourself, if you are wanting to learn to love yourself, or you just want to, you know, create more love in your reality, it just starts with you being nice towards yourself. And I wrote it down. Self-love is a practice, and sometimes we forget, but we can always start over and try again. I have this, like, you know, this happens sometimes, that you forget about loving yourself. You're maybe too busy with doing all this other stuff, and then you have to pause for a moment and be like, wait, am I actually loving myself right here? And sometimes we forget. Sometimes we can be really hard on ourselves and not loving towards ourselves. And then if we have that moment where we really see that we're being so hard on ourselves, and we cannot even really like shift that fast to self-love again, it's just about being nice towards yourself. And I'm going to share the 5 love languages with you all. And of course, this is what works for me. This is what I personally do. The 5 love languages are, I know, for everyone so different, and it's not the only, you know, love languages on this planet. These are like very 5 general love languages, and I will share the things that I personally do. So the first one we're going to start off with was the hardest for me in regards to loving myself, being nice towards myself, is words of affirmation. So that one for me was so difficult, because, you know, to be nice towards yourself, to say nice words when you are so used to really putting yourself down. For me personally, I had years where I was talking so horribly towards myself every single day, every hour. When I was passing a mirror, when I was just standing doing things, I thought horrible about myself. And then to actually say nice things takes a lot of time. For me personally, it took a year for it's to really become something that I am used to, actually, to say nice things out of nowhere to myself. You know, a lot of people don't even think about this, and that's why I say it's a practice. Self-love is a practice, because you are learning this. It's not something that happens in one day. For me, for example, one of these love languages took me a year to actually fully embrace and to work with. So with words of affirmation, for example, when you're just, you know, sitting behind your laptop, you're creating something, you're making lunch for yourself, you are on your way to the grocery store, anything of this matter, that is already where words of affirmation, that love language, can come up. Where you're sitting in the car and you're driving towards the store and you can say towards yourself, wow, I'm riding towards the store right now. That is great. That is amazing of you. And there are so many things where we can say these things. But of course, for me personally, where I was lacking this love language for myself was in regards to how I looked. So that was the most difficult thing for me to shift, as I could not say any nice thing about how I looked. That was the most difficult thing in regards to my self-love journey, the way I look. What I did in that moment was shifting perspective to rise beyond the superficial body, in a sense, and to see what actually this body was doing for me. It was working. It was actually my brain, you know. I have a brain, I can talk, I have a heart that's beating for me, my lungs are working for me. And that was something I had to kind of push through to come to that point. And then I started to use the words of affirmation to learn to love myself. So I was saying every morning when I woke up, I felt my heart, as this is actually as well the fifth love language that I'm going to talk about. And then I was feeling my heart, I felt it beating, and then I said, thank you so much, heart, for beating. Thank you so much for keeping me alive. That's words of affirmation. That is love. That's being nice towards yourself, towards your body. But there are so many things you can be nice with yourself in regards to saying things. But just take a notice throughout your day. If you're doing things, just see where you can actually just say towards yourself, wow, amazing, wow, you're doing great. And we can really forget about this. We're gonna be so busy with what we're doing and we totally forget that we are actually doing it, that we actually took the initiative to do it. And that is already great, and that is already something you can be so proud of. For example, in my very early beginnings of my self-love journey, the only loving thing I could say towards myself was, wow, you made it through another day. That's already a form of words of affirmation, of love, being nice towards yourself, that you know, you made it through another day, you survived, you did that. That's being nice towards yourself. And the second one is acts of service. So where I was seeing for myself, where I was using this love language, is actually when we, for example, are making food for ourselves. These are all acts of service we are doing for ourselves, for our body, for our health, for our happiness. That, you know, action, as I was saying in my last video about health, healing and happiness, you know, action is the solar plexus chakra. That is the chakra if you're wanting to, you know, learn to love yourself. Those three are so important, and it takes action. You have to take action to actually, you know, practice and learn to love yourself. It's something you do every day, and this is well in creating something healthy for yourself, making healthy food. That is an act of service. Or making your bed, cleaning your room, not because someone is telling you to. And for example, the eating healthy, not because you are this weight or that you want to lose weight or you want to, I don't know what, you want to look differently. No, it's really in regards to that you just do that because nobody is saying anything that you should clean your room or that you should lose weight. No, it's all just because for you, for that you will feel happy with that, and that you notice that you choose your health, healing and happiness. You know, I see this for myself. Every night I sage my room. Every morning I sage my room. I sage myself a lot actually, but that is because that's an act of service towards myself, towards my energy field. That is being nice towards myself. Making my bed every morning just because it's clean. It's like, it's nice to have that in your space, to have a clean space. For me, that's personally an act of service towards myself that will make me very happy and make me feel just more, you know, good in this space right here. And it can be anything, making tea for yourself, taking a shower. It's all acts of service if you just do it for you and not allowing fear to stop you in that way. You know, for example, if you want to make tea, that you're going to think about, yeah, but I already had tea 5 times today. You know, it's really about choosing, of course, your health, what is healthy for you, for your body, in regards to healing too. But you know, it's really an act of love, the acts, you know, the acts of service towards yourself. Because if you're in a relationship, you will see this, that you will be doing this for others. For example, that you make food for someone, or you hold the door open, I don't know, whatever it is. But this is as well what you do for you. You open the door up for yourself. Then you can use the words of affirmations to say, wow, thank you so much, that was amazing, you know. So that is the act of service, and that's how I do that. To, you know, just do these small things. These little things already are so important in your reality, day-to-day life, whatever you're doing. Those are acts of service towards yourself and are being nice towards yourself. You know that you're taking action towards love, taking action in regards to love, and with that being nice towards yourself. But I wanted to say, you know, if you push yourself in taking action, an act of service, and to push yourself, that's not being nice towards yourself. So that's not really, you know, one of these love languages, as it is not a love language to push yourself. And then the third one is receiving gifts. So this is a very funny one to me, because, you know, if we hear that one, we're like, yeah, the material realm. So for example, the receiving gifts can be that you are having, I don't know, you have these pants and there's a hole in these pants, and you're actually like, I would like to buy a new one, but I don't know, should I use my money for that to buy a new one? If you buy a new one, you throw away the old and you give yourself something new. That is as well the love language of receiving gifts. You are giving something towards yourself. You are allowing yourself to be nice towards yourself, to give yourself something new where you will probably feel way better in, because you're not wearing these pants with a hole in it anymore, you know. And this can be with a lot of stuff. I see this in my reality sometimes. When I'm out of something, I will wait. And I will wait because of fear of, I don't know, it can be in regards to money or people, that they're gonna, you know, think something of you, but that's not up to you anyway. But then to actually do it and to give yourself that something new. I do this sometimes as well with writing a letter for myself to you know, receiving gifts is very connected to the other ones too. You know, receiving gifts can have to do with acts of service, with words of affirmation, because for example, writing a letter towards myself is me doing an act of service, words of affirmation, and receiving a gift from myself. So those are all the three, but as you can see, they are pretty like intertwined with each other. And as well, receiving gifts can be that you give yourself something nice. You know, this does not have to be a need or anything, that you just give yourself something nice. I do this sometimes. I buy a crystal, or I just buy something I find beautiful or that I would love, and there's no need for it to be there, but I just, you know, give myself that gift as I deserve that. That's very important. But you know, that's why I'm saying, for a lot of people, one of these love languages is more difficult than the other. For me personally, receiving gifts, giving myself gifts, was never the hardest for me. But I know there are people out there that would never actually give themselves a gift because they don't feel worthy of it, or you know, they feel guilty or anything. And you know, then you can see with these love languages where you can be more nice towards yourself. The fourth one is quality time. This one is the most important for me as being an introvert. To spend a lot of time with myself. And you know, if you are in a relationship, you can have this, that you want to spend a lot of time with this person, and they are not on their phone, they are not being distracted or not being called, I don't know, whatever it is. But I saw this really for myself actually, that I really kind of need this in a sense, to have quality time with myself. So this can be that in the morning time I will do my makeup. I'm not going to put anything like no music, no people, no phone, nothing, just me and me doing my makeup, as that is me giving time towards myself, spending time with me. And this can be with anything, you know, if you like painting, I like dancing. Dancing for me is a form of quality time with myself, but you know, you can as well dance with someone else or anything with this matter, but you can decide upon choosing a specific quality time. I do sometimes card readings for myself as well, specifically focused for myself. That is quality time with myself. I'm learning things about myself. I'm seeing things in my reality. and that is then, you know, the quality time you have with yourself. And there are way more things. Having a walk with yourself, going on a car ride, bike ride. There's so many things. Journaling, you know, that you journal about your day. That's quality time with yourself, because you're really focused upon your own reality, your own life. You're making yourself the star of your own life. And that is really, of course, the love language of quality time. And the last one, the fifth one, is physical touch. And this one is as well very cool to me, because this was something I had to learn for myself in regards to loving myself. That, you know, I never knew this, but this is something I started to learn doing every single day, to give myself a hug every single day, to notice even my body, that I would touch my body on certain places, you know, my hands, and I would then use the words of affirmation to say, thank you hands for, you know, being here. I can use them to do things. And thank you for my legs for walking. I would touch my legs and would be, thank you so much. Then you as well literally put so many of these love languages together. You know, that is something with physical touch you can do to give yourself a hug and to appreciate your body, to appreciate, you know, that it's here, and that you give it the attention it deserves, of course. And you can get cozy with yourself at nighttime, that you put a blanket around you and you sit with yourself. That is as well physical touch, that you're really like present with your body and give your body, you know, whatever it would love to receive from you. And that can be in regards to receiving gifts too, but with your body, you know, maybe eating something healthy, doing a workout. That can all be in regards to physical touch, the love language of physical touch, that you give your body that sensation of moving, of, I don't know, whatever it is for you. And those were all the 5 love languages that I use in my day-to-day reality, things that I do to learn to love myself, to be nice towards myself, to say nice things towards myself. For example, making this video, that I am under this video actually thinking in my mind, you're doing amazing, you're doing great, keep going, you know, all these things. And to keep reminding myself that I'm here and that I'm present, and I'm doing this for myself, and I'm doing this, you know, to heal and to choose my health and happiness, to do something I love, is making videos. And as I said, you know, this is a practice, and it will not happen in like a day that you're like totally loving yourself. I had to, you know, I'm still learning this every day. There are still parts where I am maybe not being that nice towards myself, but then I got shift. And to really know that for me personally, I don't even really know anymore that I'm actually being nice towards myself. So that's a big shift for me, because I was never nice towards myself, and it was so easy for me to be so hard on myself. But now it's actually pretty hard to be hard on myself, as I'm being so nice towards myself a lot of the time. So let me know how that resonated. Let me know one of your ways how you are being nice towards yourself throughout your day, how you are loving yourself, whatever, if that's one of these 5 love languages, words of affirmation, receiving gifts, quality time, physical touch, or acts of service. So thank you all so much for watching. If you want to like, if you want to subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. And I wish you all a beautiful day today.